BonBon here. I think I'm on screen now. Starts of these shows, I've got to find a slicker, more efficient way, just like one button and everything just like rolls. I'm juggling buttons, but everything's good. Hi, BonBon here. I'm BonBonB. You're very, very welcome. We are doing Treasure Hunt. It's the last weekend treasure hunt from this point forward, but not this coming weekend because this is going to be 2 days' time. We're switching Treasure Hunt to Tuesday nights, UK time. I think it'd be better for most people, probably better for me as well. I haven't even finished recording tomorrow morning's WhatsApp. That is a bit of a problem. I've got all the footage. I've just still got a lot of editing and stuff to do. So, plenty to be doing there. I'll be checking the chat in a moment. Am I not centered in the screen? Do I move the... Oh dear. Is that... It'll do. Look, okay, if I'm not centered, it doesn't matter. So anyway, yeah, Treasure Hunt. If you've not been here for Treasure Hunt before, this is Cities Skylines. This is Cities Skylines. What we're going to be doing is opening up... I'm still a bit low. It's almost like I've shrunk. There you are, I'm taller now. It's almost like... This is so professional, BonBon. Well done. This is opening up maps from the workshop that have no thumbnail, maybe a very short limited description, and seeing what they're like. We're looking for gold. So far, this is episode 4 or episode 3? So far we've found one map which is it was worthy of note. Everything else has been worthy of praise for the creators for putting up a some work on the workshop. You know, these are maps that we're not expecting to be the next Anapu or Sidai. We're expecting these just to be ordinary maps. There's no thumbnails, no description. They don't know how to upload a compelling map to be subscribed to. Today I have a list of 6 maps. Let me just call my page up. I have a list of 6 maps of note. Whether we see them all tonight, I don't know. Between the 6 maps, at the last time that I checked, which was earlier today, we have 4 subs. So, what's that? 2/3 of a sub per map. And that does, of course, include the creator. I haven't included my subs. That does include the creator's sub. So, yeah. I'm not expecting mind-blowing, but you never know. You never know. This is what we're here. It's Treasure Hunt, isn't it? Let me check the chat, see who's here. So, Alexander, hey, Bulletproof. Nearly won it. So nearly won it. Oh, there's me. Hi, I'll be back there in 2 minutes. I'm here now. Don't come back in 2 minutes. Anyway, Simon, begin to think. Yeah, no, you haven't missed anything. It was going to be Saturday night. The heat at the moment. Hopefully there's no rustling on the microphone. I think I've done some tests. It seems okay. I've put some muffling device. I've got a fan on in the background because we are currently suffering what will be the hottest the UK has ever been. Since it was probably on the equator, I would suggest, with tectonic plates moving about. No, it's we're supposedly hitting 40 Celsius tomorrow, Tuesday, and it's quite toasty now. So I've got a fan on. It is blowing on the microphone, but I have got a fake... I'm not going to show you it. I've got a fake wig type thing that's just like muffling the... I don't wear a wig. A few of you may have seen it. Anyway, where are we? So yes, we're going to give it a go. Hi, Dolomite. Good to see you along. Didn't miss this one. Yep. 40 degrees in Paris. We are going to be... we're going to be with you. It's just about to hit us. So, yeah. Sakura Nation. Hi, Sakura. Glad to have you along. And then Storm. Hi, Storm. Also great to see these little icons by Dolomite and Storm. If you want one of those, then you just need to become a YouTube member of the channel, and it supports me, it helps me, and you get yourself a little icon. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Right, so what I'm going to do... Oh, Bulletproof, finish your burger. Right, no more 2-finger typing. Right, what I'm going to do is, again, because all of these maps are from creators I'm not expecting to be any good. There might be, but they might be the worst things we've ever found. We are not here to send hate to these creators. So I'm going to withhold their information unless, of course, I feel that it's worthy of sharing, maybe even worthy of a What's Map review. Try and be a little bit nice in the comments if you can, because don't forget, these creators, they could be, I say this every time, 8-year-olds, they could be with learning difficulties, they might have been drunk at the time, it might be your own mother. So we're not here to upset anybody, we're just looking for gold, and maybe we can find something positive to say about each and every map that we look at, even if there isn't that much to say. Right, okay, I'm going to hide this so that you don't see any clues as to the map's name or creator, so it'll defend them a little bit from anything that might be going down with the meanies. There are some meanies about. Now, the plan here is, of these 6 maps, I have listed them in the order that I think they're most likely to be, to have some sort of potential, based on the limited amount of information, like the name, anything that's in the description. The first map actually has 4 requirements off the workshop. I know, they've included requirements. That's a positive. I think this is the most likely to be the best. It's a real life location. I've not seen it myself yet, so I have no idea whether it's a good real life location or not. Its file name caused me some problems. I've got 3 maps today which are called new map, so I'm going to try and make sure I get them in the right order. This one's running off of the European base map theme. It's got a reasonable amount of ore, oil and fertile, which we will see, I'm sure. I'm just going to switch the traffic to left hand because it's a place in the world where I know that they have left hand traffic. As some of you plays a lot of GeoGuessr and lives in a country that has left-hand traffic, I know that it's probably a left-hand traffic location. That might help some of you. It might be iconic enough for us to be able to spot it. Now, it is loading. Those of you who were here last week will know that we had some problems last week. What we also had last week, let me just drop back to that for a moment. Remember that I said it looked really good on the t-shirt? I said that, didn't I? Oh, yeah, there we go. I said it would look really good on the t-shirt. Guess what we've got? We've got a t-shirt. T-shirts are ready to roll. Link to my merch store with that t-shirt and many other things is in the description. And I know I shouldn't really hype it too much. I'd much rather, because it's free, you hit the like button. If you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that'd be amazing. So anyway, yes, I know we've said this before. I've said it already once, but I try and say it during the loading process. Remember, we're going to try and be kind in the comments if we can, because, again, these creators, we don't know who they are. It could be your own mother. It could be my mother. It's very unlikely to be my mother. But it might even be me. You know how rubbish I am at making maps. So anyway, let's have a little look who's in the chat. See a few more names have popped up. Anthony, good evening to you. In fact, I should really have the effects on at this point, shouldn't I? Anthony, have a Storm, you missed one. Dolomites, Simon, hi. Alexander, you can have one of those. Did I miss anybody? Melissa is here. Melissa, sympathy to all Northern Hemisphere folks. It is a little warm up here at the moment, Melissa. You can have one of them. And Stephen, the realistic look of my city, BonBon. Yes, I'm going to be going back to my city at some point. You can have a special sound effect there as well. Right, it looks like the map has loaded, which is very promising. Very, very promising. So let's go and have a little look. So, right, no vehicles are enabled. Right, ship cargo. Oh, because I've... All right. Yes, we'll ignore that for the moment. I've just been recording a map review that required the Advanced Vehicle Options mod, which is here, and I don't require it for this. And with loading screen mod switched on for just required items, it means that the required cargo ship hasn't loaded in, but it's not required for this map, although it probably will work nicely on this map. So anyway, a first glance at this. Before we do that, let me quickly click the preset, load the preset for what map. This is how it should look according to my reviews. Right, my first thought, let's leave it in there so we can just, my first thought is actually, I kind of like this, kind of. It's decent enough. And then if we pull the camera back to see the start square, we have a motorway, highway, freeway coming into the north. Anybody recognise this? Remember, this is a real-life location. A fairly famous real-life location. We'll see how accurate it is in a moment. But as start simulation, as start square goes, that's all right. My minor grumble with this, I'm going to go with this, minor grumble, is because we've got the highways right next to each other. If you're excuse me, if you're playing this vanilla, which again there's nothing in the description that says that you shouldn't play it with vanilla, you're going to have trouble with that. You know, you're going to need anarchy to be able to probably select these. So yeah, it's a little better because we do have move it. A little better if you have a little bit of a space in between the two highways, just so that anybody who's playing vanilla can actually connect to them. So there is that. I'm not being super grumpy about it, because so far I'm liking what I'm seeing, full stop. So lots of praise for that. Anyway, let's pull the camera right the way back for the full map reveal. Oh yes, I recognise this. Yeah, we're having a look down at the comments. Somebody has guessed it correctly. I'm not going to say who it is because, again, I don't want to give too much away. But this is very iconic, this part here. So, yeah, again, that said, I don't think we're going to see too much for hate on this particular map. So maybe this is one of those maps I'm going to be giving you the information on. Right, before we crack on, let's have a look at the terrain heights. Flat, some hills in the south here, a little bit of hillage in the north, not too much. Resources are blotchy. I don't think they're based on real life, but they're there for playability, which is a good thing. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, there's some fishing in that there river. I can't remember what the river's called. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. Shall we check for transport? We have a shipping route. Oh, and look where it ends. Ends down at this kind of docks area. Well, that's pretty neat. Excuse me. So that's nice. And then I suppose we should check for water flow in the start square whilst we're here. For those of you that care about such things, we have a little motion, and it is flowing what I would describe as being downstream, which is nice. Again, I think there's credit to be given for that. Hang on, I want to check the other side. This is BonBonB mode here. Is it just edge of map water pressure? It is a tidal river, of course, those of you will know. I'm thinking we're going to have a dead spot in the middle here somewhere. Okay, let's have a look. We're finding not quite there. Somewhere. Yeah, I think we've got a null zone. I don't think this is clever work. I think it's just luck, really, that we have water motion here. We have a null zone roughly in the middle of the map. But I'll survive it. I will survive it. Cool. Right, so few of you have right, let's have a look. Somebody's seen there's plenty of guesses for London. I'm not confirming nor denying, but it is, yeah, clearly. We have our London map. Let me check my notes. What can I tell you from the notes? Right, 4 requirements off the workshop. They were trees, so we'll have a look at that in a moment as we zoom down there. It's a creator's second map. The very first was back in November of last year, and that has 1 subscriber, just the 1. I think this creator's done okay. I've got no idea where they are in the world. I've got no. I think the first map was another real life location, but not in the UK. So I don't know where they're from. Excuse me. I'm a little croaks. Let me sip some. That's a bit better, I think. So yes, I've got no idea where they are in the world, but I'm so far at first glance suitably impressed. The ring road, I guess, is meant to be the M25. I'm not totally buying into it, but yeah. And then we have these highways, motorways running in, which I'm sure are based. That when was it Mr. Miyagi's one, where he had this one running in, and sure he had one over the other side. I'm okay with the standards. The standards are good, aren't they? Let's come down and have a little look, see at how are we doing with the encroaching trees on the rail. For those of you that care about such things, and well, it goes. We've got some sort of crisscross of the rail over here. It's a bit clunky, especially here. But again, let's look for good stuff. We appear to have some sort of it's a castle. Now, whereabouts are we on here? Are we? We are around abouts the where my brain's gone. What's the tower? Tower of London. Tower of London. Can't remember. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if you could get in and out somewhere, but this is a nod, I feel. Just a nod to it. I'm going to say that this is not at all bad. Not at all bad. We've got the docks. Is there room on here for the airport? I feel just about. Was the airport's on this bit? I can't remember if the airport's on this bit or on this bit. But yeah, London City Airport. It's not bad. It's not quite up to what's map review standard. Well, I mean, it is up. Any map is up to that standard if you request it, of course. But I don't think there's anything here that screams to me it needs a review. But got the Aurora Parks. Is that Hyde Park? I think there. And yeah, I mean, the feeder rivers. I think they're probably a little bit heftier. We have the canals and stuff going on here, don't we? And I'm absolutely certain it isn't quite as well. There's not a 1-to-1, but it's a pretty good attempt at a map. Let me have a quick. I'll pull the camera right the way back so that everybody can enjoy the full magnificence and splendour of it. Let me have a little look in the chat. Yes, I hang on. We've got to call up the effects here. Yes, I've read your note, Secure Nation, about your mum giving up doing reviews. So I think you can have a on that one. The blue on the yellow submarine film with the blue meanies. I've heard of them. Where are we? Yannick, hi Yannick. Very good to have you along. Nice to have you along. Let's give you a special effect as well. Definitely unlikely to be your mother. Yeah, I would imagine it's not your mother. I think. EastEnders. Oh, have I? I don't have the EastEnders drum beat. I mean, the nearest I've got is, and that's nowhere near, isn't it? Anyway, M25 dog in the field painting. Is it barking? I think barking is definitely involved somewhere in here. Would you eat fish out of the river? Yes, but a bit further upstream. Probably not this part of London, but even then, there's not quite as much pollution in this part of the river as there used to be. So that's cool. But yeah, further upstream, Oxford, you get some nice bit of fishing up at Oxford. Apparently, not me. I'm too impatient. Anyway, Woolwich Ferry, yes, get some ferry work on it. There's stuff to say for this map, definitely. And yes, not many people are buying into the M25. You're quite right. Anyway, it's not. It's definitely not the London that we could hope for. I'm just going to drop this now back out down to the here and drop the game down and relaunch the game so we can have a look at our second map. But that one, I will. I'm going to give a little bit of credit to the creator on that one. They've not done a half bad job. In case I think they've not done a half bad job. The creator, if you're looking for it, the map is called London Map. I'm only going to do this on maps that I think justify the nod. London Map, and the creator is Hilu8899. That's HIL008899. And I'll try to remember to link in the map into the video description for anybody who wants to go and check it out. And maybe say something nice in the comments, because I think they deserve it. They've gone to some effort there, and there's some good standards. Right, now, this is going to be... Come on, game, launch up for me. This is going to be a bit more fun, I feel. That was always the map that was most likely to be with some sort of quality. It's not their first map. There were some requirements. I struggled to put the remaining 5 maps that we're going to review today in any kind of order, because there was very little, if anything, to choose between them in the limited information that we have. I'm not entirely sure. Just waiting for the Paradox logo to pop up, which is coming now. So yes, the next map that we'll be having a look at, I can't even remember. It's the second map this creator's made, so it's not their first map, so potential for improvement. However, it was probably only made in 2 days, because their previous map was released 2 days before. It's also called New Map, which is also a bit of a bad sign. It's not an awful sign, but it's a bit of a clue to it maybe not being up to any sort of scratch. What am I looking for? I'm looking for New Map. So new game, looking for new map, and we're looking for that creator. Right, the resources, we've got virtually 0 oil, got a fair amount of ore, we've got a decent amount of forestry, and a lot of fertile. So there is that. We'll be playing the vanilla temperate theme here, and of course the realistic 1.2 LUT, because it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? I think so. Right, oh, and guess what? We're getting another map that is going to load first time. There he goes. Fantastic. Oh, hang on. Let me go and have a look at the... thanks for that, Simon. I have no idea why we have links to previous maps. There's no reason for there to be links to previous maps. Oh, it's a copy paste error. It's a copy. No, this is a complete balls up. Is what that is. Right. Right. So what we'll do is we will save that. And right, that will have removed those. No, that's an old Watt map copy paste, which is me not checking things, not reading things through because I was too busy to getting the stream live. Anyway, there we go. We should, in theory, be not too far from. So anyway, yeah. No, thanks for that. That's cool. I could have uploaded the included the link there. Should I? Should I do it now? I am doing nothing right now apart from waffling. So can we grab that, and that, and we will pop them ping, 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 and today's noteworthy links. Right, so that I have now included into the description of the video if anybody wants it. You might have to refresh the stream though to be able to see it, so probably you might not want to do that right now. Let me grab that, some more of this water, a little bit of water. Right, so seems like a 3-star map. Do you know what? I would say yes, middly 3-star map. Which is respectable. It's the pass mark, and if you're getting the pass mark, you get respect, you know. Dolomites, signs on the loading screen. Yes, I do like those images. Waffling is good. Oh yes, it sure is. Right, all right, we're up, we're off. We have another map to have a look at. I've still got the AVO mod. We'll just ignore the AVO mod for the moment. Right, so at first glance, without moving anything, I'm seeing mantle. I'm seeing a bit of mantle along here, up here, up here. We've got a slightly gouged river going on. Not that the Thames wasn't a little bit gouged a moment ago, but we have movement. Is it moving? Start simulation. Looks like it might be moving that way, upstream. Oh, upstream as we're looking at it. We've got a lot of interesting rail going, a little bit of flooding, but that's not always unusual with starts to map. So I'll just get the simulation rolling to hopefully get that evaporate away. If it maintains itself there, then we have ongoing flooding issue. That might be an issue. Looks like there is possibility of ongoing flooding issues down here, guys. What do we think? Again, we're just going to give the map a chance to, the water flow a chance to settle down. Let me first of all pull the camera right the way back, because otherwise we're just going to be sitting here looking at an awkward looking start square. Let's settle this here for the moment. Right, we've got what looks like it might be a very, I think clunky is the polite word, clunky real life location, possibly European, given that it's clunky and not gritty. Love living in clunky land. It's as start squares go, we have access to water in 2 spots, so I imagine we're going to be okay in terms of pumping and drawing, assuming you want to do that. And then I'm looking. Let me go back. Look back at this. The name of it. Right. So the map's name and the map's description doesn't really give any information. If you know what it means, then it probably is full of information. But it's one of those almost like need to know situations, and I don't know is the answer. The creator's name potentially Muslim name. Again, doesn't. Yeah, I'm speculating just solely on little bits of information I've got here. So maybe they're from a Muslim country, or maybe they're from London and they happen to be Muslim, or maybe they just have a name which abbreviates as something that looks like. I don't know. I literally don't know. This is their second map, and again took them 2 days, so that's what we're going to be expecting, I imagine, to find. So pull the camera right the way back. I'm thinking we are looking at a real life location here, and I would welcome people. We'll have a closer look at it in a moment. We'll check for the shapes. I would welcome anybody's suggestions on this, because I am going to be a little bit lost. Let's just do the usual. Terrain heights, river valley, some plains going on over here. Then resources, lots of fertile, lots of ore in them that are mountains. There was oil, but the ore has been splashed over it. Bit of oil in the corners, if you've got the unlock mod to get into the corners. Then, if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, looks like we've got all of the different fish. That's impressive. That is mighty impressive. How do they do that? Oh, and mighty impressive, the UK police have actually informed me today they're going to be making an arrest on one of the people that's attempted to break into my property in the last year. They got one of them. Well, they will have one of them. So yeah, that's exciting times. I'm expecting. I have the phone here. I am expecting a call from them at some point, but now it's getting late in the day. That probably won't call back. But yes, statements have been given and all of that. How exciting! How exciting! Not for them, obviously. I might have to attend court. Not for me either. Then, right? Okay. So what do we have? We've got. I was going to let the simulation run. Let's let it run at full speed for a little while. Hopefully this is going to sort itself out. So, any ideas? Have we got anything in the chat? It could be a development of the previous map. I haven't looked at the previous map. Yeah, driving around London's not a good plan. I think this is where New York. While I appreciate their transit system could do with an upgrade, nobody drives around Manhattan. From what I'm told, nobody drives around Manhattan. So yeah, why is this stopping now? It might be. Maybe it was just a question of letting the simulations sort itself out. But yeah, I mean, you can drive around London, but it's not really something you really want to do. Anyway, I think our flooding. Anybody see any problems here? I don't see any problems here. Let's ignore that bit. Everything else seems to have sorted itself out. I don't think we're going to get that sorted on its own. I'm pretty sure of it. So right. So in terms of the shape of the map, we've got the river, and there's possibly some sort of quarry going on here. And what's this meant to? I mean, it's clearly meant to. Maybe it's part of the old factory. Something going on there. Some kind of grid. Small town going on here. So this area feels a little bit more American. And then you have nothing. Oh no, we have another town over here apparently. Again, this feels very American inspired. Maybe we are in America. But then that leads us back to whatever shape. We've got a small town over here. And then they've not built down the river, which makes me think it's prone to flooding. Or there's a lot of farmland down here. And it was mostly fertile down here. So I'm thinking maybe there's a lot of farmland going on. Then you've got what is probably the old town up here, I would imagine, given it's a little bit more haphazard in the shape of the layout. Complete speculation, of course. So there's that. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of horrific blue mantle. So when I say horrific, there are some, should we say, some issues. The map has some issues. Just a few. Just a few. Has anybody picked out where this is yet in the comments? Has anybody got anything there? Yeah, I don't see anybody making any suggestions for where this could be. I don't think it's definitely not an iconic location. Doesn't mean I mean it. These are smallish towns, and I don't really know what to say. Let's look at the hills. Let's find something positive to say about the map. Liking the hills are definitely clearly a height map import. They're interesting. They're a bit different, and we have a slightly clunky looking road going up. Ignore the trees under the road because we know that's just an anarchy setting. What's going on here? Oh, more things. More things to be mightily impressed. Oh, because roads work like this, don't they? They really do. I'm smiling. I'm smiling because I think we've all been here. We've all at some point done, and most of you have seen me do it. We've all at some point done this. I'm laughing for all of us. I'm not actually laughing at the creator here. I'm laughing for all of us. Yeah. Right. Well, I think we've spent enough time looking at this one. I don't think we're going to really help anybody by sharing the links for this particular map. What do I like about it? I'm liking, we've got like 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 or 5 small towns going on. We've got some nice looking hills, potential for farmland development along the middle here. I think that could be a lot of fun to do. It's definitely not the worst map in the world, but it's a creator who's had some trouble with networking. That's my thoughts. You'd say India Dolomite. Do you know what? It could easily be. It could easily be. Remember one of Mr. Miyagi's maps. That was a week that we did 6 of his all in 1 week. One of those was India. I can't remember where it was now, but it does remind me a little bit of that. Although, like I say, yeah, it could be India, but there's not enough clues, I'm afraid, in the name to be able to confirm, conform, or deny any of that. Right, let's drop back down to there so I can drop the game down to desktop and I'll relaunch and we'll have a look at map number 3 and then I'll catch up with the chat. So how's everybody anyway? Everybody having a good one? I see the World Athletics Championships are on in Oregon. I've been keeping up with that where I can. There's a little bit of there's been a bit of golf up in Scotland. Been keeping up with that. A bit of rugby all around the world, and not been keeping up with that at all. Just catching the results. Right, just going to wait for the Paradox logo to pop up, and then we will be in action. So yeah, India started the Himalayas. It's quite possible, I feel. Looks like a bridge in Cape Town that had planning issues and a dead end. It's clearly not Cape Town. I agree it's not Cape Town. But planning issues for a bridge in Cape Town sounds like a lot of fun. We've all been there. Well, not to Cape Town. So, we are now heading up to the start screen. Let me have a look at map number 3. Now, map number 3, pretty sure that the creator is from China. However, there's a very presidential set of clues to this being maybe American inspired. Maybe. The description, I'll tell you what, the map name, the map name translated from the language of love that the creator is from. Build a city, build your mother. That's according to Google. Build a city, build your mother is the name of this map. Also, the creator. Let me get this started. New game. What am I looking for here? I think it's this one. Yeah. And we can start. So it's a Vanilla Boreal theme, realistic 1.2 LUT. usable amounts of resources, if not huge amounts of resources. And we shall launch this once I've got a confirmation that this is loading and not freezing, like so. That's up. It's not a snowfall map, it's just a snowfall who we got? In Indonesia. Good day from Indonesia. Did he say good day in Indonesia? I know you're not a million miles from Australia, but anyway, hello Indonesia, indeed. So anyway, yeah, don't apologise for beating the Welsh. They deserve everything they get. I mean, I love the Welsh, but when it comes to rugby, they deserve everything they get. Yes. What am I looking for here? Does anybody remember? I was looking for clues. So yes, this is they've made 3 maps. This is the second of their 3 maps. It has 1 subscriber. Oh, the previous map has no subscribers. Go figure. This one has 1 subscriber. It's the second of 3 maps. Although they have a habit of somehow uploading the same map twice, and they've done it twice. So they've got about 5 map uploads, of which 2 of them are doubles, uploaded within moments of each other, one with them. So how they've managed to do that, I do not know, but they have, and we are going to have a look at this one. But yeah, something presidential about the map is all I can say really in terms of clues, and that they are probably from China. We've still got the AVO. I've got to remember to unsub from the AVO mod. Please don't freeze on me, game. Please don't freeze. Right, I think we're about ready. Is that loaded? Yep, it's loaded. Again, if you're new here and you've just joined, remember this is not a place for hate. This is these are creators of maps where they haven't got a thumbnail, probably a very short description. We know very little about them. It might be they're all very limited experienced. They might be 8-year-olds. They may have a learning speech impediment. They may have a learning disability. They may have been drunk at the time, or they may be your mother. So we're going to be nice as we can in the comments. Try and find something positive to say about each map. And if it's gold, we will share it with the community. And if it's that good, we will give it a What's Map review. Right, meanwhile, a little heads up. I would like you now, if you haven't already, to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's a good time to do so. Okay, let's have a little butcher's hook at what we have here. So my first instinct here is this might be promising. The river has been worked much better than the maps that we've seen so far. We've got something over here that requires power, which means somebody's gone to some extra bother. Got an interesting density and mix of trees. There is a mix of trees in here, which again, a lesser creator would just use the same tree. And some decent looking, whether or not it's any good, but some decent looking networking. Hang on to your hats. This could be a good one. Right, there we go. Right, okay. Start simulation off, I feel. So, start square is what more or less what we'd want, I guess. Probably would want a more direct route from a highway, but this feels like it could be a real life location, or inspired by a real. With the name that it's got, I'm not expecting anything here, and I'm seeing enough things like here to suggest that the creator is not completely dumb. Right, what's the tree count? Good question. Tree count is 202,844. 202,844. Also, look at the blending on the trees here. Look at the way it's just like fades. It's almost dynamic. It's almost like an explosion of trees from here. Oh, hello. Right, set the camera up here, and we'll just do the. Oh, I've forgotten to hit the preset. There we go. It should be a little bit more poppy now in terms of brightness. Yes, so we are... It's less exciting from up here than it is from down below, but that's can be the case with maps. Sometimes a map is only really any good when you get down low. We'll do the usual. We'll quick check of the terrain heights. Buildable. Also, we've got a river that is above sea level for a little way. I'm hoping we've got decent water flow here. Also, looks like we've got a deliberate dam of some description. Again, could be very interesting. Resources. Well, I said there were some resources. This is, yeah, this sums them up. We've got a decent amount of ore, but what's going on here is it's a bit of field, kind of almost unusable amounts of field painting going on there. What's going on up here? I want to have a look up there in a moment. Alright, then we'll have, if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, your fishing map looks like this. A little lake over here with a little splash of seafood as well. I suppose we should have a little look at the shipping. There is no shipping. Is there even an air route though? I'm not seeing an air route. So it's all road and rail. Okay. All road and rail. And water flow in the start square. Well, we've actually got a decent amount of plumbing already down. Didn't expect that. I did not expect that. And there's good water flow in the start square. Anyway, so that's not a big problem. That would explain what your power problem is here. Not a problem. In fact, let's have a quick look at the... Sorry, I'm still croaking here. That's a bit better. The electricity is... No, not the trick. The winds, that's what I'm after. There we are. Yeah, we can get enough wind power from here to power that. My thought though on the start square though is this isn't particularly fun to build. This looks like the fun area to build, and we've not been given it. How awkward is this? It's a little bit on the... I mean, it's playably steep, but it's going to give you one of those awkward City Skylines doesn't like to build on slopes kind of vibes as you're building into it. Mind you, can say the same over here. It's not a very flat map at all, actually. It's you know, it looks like it could be a lot of fun, a bit challenging. Is this blue mantle or is this just distance? Yeah, we've got... Oh, ouch. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt a lot. Yeah, the highway gets a bit clunky as it's going up through. It does require a skill to build up into the hills. Let's have a little look at these fields. I'm suspecting these were copy-pasted using Move It. Not that that's a huge problem. I think we're all allowed to do that. The rail is a bit uppy-downy as well, isn't it? Just a wee bit. Right, so I'm going to go over to the dam in a minute. Let's have a look down the river. We've got an island that looks a little bit like it was cut out of here and then dropped in the middle. Dropped in the middle of the river. Also, speaking of copy-pasting, one. Oh, it's not copy-pasted, it's inverted. Is that inverted? Hang on. Ships on the left. Yeah, no, it's not copy-pasted. I'll take it back. The creator deserves all of their rewards. Right, then, what have we got going on down here? Is this from... This is from the content creator pack, isn't it, I think? I think. Let's have a little look. Metro station. Ah. Is this vanilla? It's not vanilla, is it? I'm a little confused, but anyway, I doubt that is going to show up for. There's got to be a DLC or something for that. I'm absolutely certain of it. Or maybe it's been added. Somebody's going to tell me in the chat that this has been added, and it's a bit. Hang on, is that two ends that don't meet, or is that just awkward? It's just being awkward there. That's all that is. It is fixable. Just needs to pop. Two nodes too close together. But yeah, maybe that was added more recently with the overground metro stations, and I'm completely blissfully, stupidly unaware of it because I don't do enough building to spot these things. Right. Oh my life, what's going on over here? I mean, that's definitely something. That is definitely. I'm not hating it. I think it needs a little bit of work, but I'm not hating it at all. See, I mean, that kind of reminds me of some of the work that Bringer has been doing with the canals. But that is definitely something. And then we have the gorge. It's gorgeous, clearly. Oh dear, with the rubber band roads. Okay. Again, this is tricky anyway at the best of times. And I think their best work is not on lumpy ground. Their best work is definitely on flat land, isn't it? I feel. I did want to have a look over here. What do we have over here? Well, this is just a couple of copy-pasted fields that are a little bit lost on the edge of the map. For me, this little corner of the map here is somebody who starts working on detailing a map. They've got grand designs for it, and then it fast becomes more than they can really cope with. And so that kind of stops at that point. That's my instinct on this. But when we got flattish land, we've got some quite interesting intersections. Again, it splashes the blue mantle here and there. But we've got, I mean, it slows the traffic down before entering the highway. There's a good reason for that. Toll booths are down. They're packed a lot into this. They're packed a lot in. There's entertainment value from this map. I don't know about you, but I am hugely entertained. What is going on here? I mean, just wow. Plenty of wow going on. Bit of stop-start traffic coming down into. You've got to stop anyway to get through the toll booths. I want to have a look at that dam kind of area. I think the tree work's quite impressive on this map. If I'm gonna find something to credit this creator for, the tree work is actually quite pleasing on the eye. The mix of trees that's been used over here, you can see we have. Trying to get to a decent swirls of different textures of trees going on. Good tree coverage at a reasonable tree count. Oh look, we got turbines. We just got to put down power lines. And they've used the canal with a little bit of a problem. I mean, the trees are high. It's simple. Anyway, we've got a canal. I think the whole idea would have been to have that lit all the way round, but I wasn't the one making it, so I don't know exactly what the plans were. Ah, the Essential Lighthouse. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she absolutely gorgeous? I think so. And everybody's favourite factory. Yep, all good. little Equilop station and all the required elements to make this area work. Was pumping. I think this is somebody who's seen some custom maps, some custom dams in some custom maps, and they've tried to recreate. And again, this looks like somebody who's taken on a little bit more than they could chew. I appreciate the efforts, and I really appreciate the forests. I think they've, just take bitten off a little bit more than they could chew, and I welcome them. They can join the map makers community with that kind of attitude. With that kind of attitude, buy off more than you can chew, regret it for the rest of your lives, and then have a half-finished map at the end. Merrickstowe. Oh yeah. I'm going to go back and finish that one day, because it is... it was the best map ever when I made it, in my head. And then, like, looking at it now... Yeah. Hey-ho. Anyway, that's it. What do people make? In fact, let's have a little look. What we've got. Meant to be tunnel. Yes. Yeah, or maybe it should have been a tunnel. Elevated at ground level tunnel. Maybe they don't know about the tunnel enabler. That could be it. It could be Sunset Harbour when they did the above ground metro around about that time. Equilops, yeah, the Equilop. For those of you who don't know what an Equilop is, when a police car is driving behind you and you look in the rear view mirror, Equilop. Police. Equilop. Police. Of course, they've learnt to spell the name backwards now, so that you look in the rear view mirror, you know it's the Equilops. Anyway, it's a dad joke. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. I know you're not here. He is here. He's just not here. I should call him. It's Father's Day. No, it was Father's Day. It's his birthday coming up. I will call him for his birthday. Anyway, there's a lot about this I liked. There's a lot about this I liked. And somebody's taking a slash down the side of my building. Yeah, good. I've got CCTVs. I'm not actually watching them do it. They've just disappeared. And the way that the hand movements were before they disappeared off the CCTV indicates they're going to use the dark corner to empty their bladders. Right, I think we shall move on from this one. So we'll move that out of here. I will shut down the game again. And I'll catch up on the chat. Tell you about what's coming up next. Which will be... You feel better, mate? You feel better? Didn't dribble down your leg or anything. Give it a good old shake. I mean, we're yards from the public house. Yards. And I'm guessing that's where he's filled his bladder up. I don't know why he can't use the proper plumbing, but what can you do? It's not my property round the corner. It's my neighbour's property, and they're not the best neighbours on that side of the building. So I don't worry about it. You want to pee? Don't pee in my doorway. Go and pee in theirs. I don't know. Anyway, right. We are up and running. Coming up to the main screen now. Hopefully. So we've still got some maps to have a look at. That one had some potential, that last one. What have we got? They do a live stream on my live stream. You can have that twice. Do you want it 3 times? No, I think twice is enough. Okay. Absolutely, yes. That they did indeed, I imagine, go. The other week I actually had a young lady squatting. The front of their car was pulled up quite close to, and you couldn't see her squatting, but you could see her hand on the bonnet, and the angle that her arms were in. She was very clearly using it for balance, because ladies need some balance, apparently. It's not just men, you know. Not just men. Ladies go to the toilet, or don't go to the toilet as well. Right, let's have a little look at what's next on my list of marvels. Right, this one is a German creator. Anybody from Germany in the stream? It's their first map. This one is called New Cart, or New Map, if you prefer. And I am launching it. It's a vanilla temperate theme. Looks like there's a lot of forestry, a bit of ore, a bit of oil, and a decent amount of water as well. Speaking of water, I'm tickly. I'm very tickly. Oh, there's a nice image. We'll share that one with the community. Right, look at that for an image. Wow. So yes, so Treasure Hunt will be moving to Tuesday nights. Not this week, because this is this week's Treasure Hunt, but from next week we'll be doing it on Tuesday night. And then Thursdays will remain Bonbon Island, a little bit of my own city build, with a potential to possibly switching that over to a new map build. I don't know which is going to prove more popular. Yeah, I know people get excited about Bonbon making a map, but it's a very limited viewer base, I feel, and plus it's also a bit boring after a while. At least with city builds, you can go, I'm going to go and do a bit more work on the campus. So yeah, I'm just going to put more trees down. I'm just going to terrain work this side of this hill. I don't like the shape of this hill. I'm going to spend 3 hours working on the side of this hill, and you can watch me concentrate while I'm concentrating on it. Yeah, it's going to be less watchable. So I don't know, maybe. Oh, Simon, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Of course. Yeah, there was no flush. This is true. This is true. I don't have a no flush sound. I need a no flush sound. Anyway, where were we? We were... Oh, that loaded quick. So it would appear. Or it's still loading quick. Right. Bump. 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 And bump. Right. Well, my first instinct here, after I've hit the preset of that, is I don't think we'll be winning any awards here at all. The trees under the highways is just one of those things. It's an anarchy setting. We're not worried about that. Oh, and again, new maps, so therefore I've got to say, if you just joined the stream, try and be nice in the comments, etc., and in the chat, because this creator could be an 8-year-old. It could be somebody with learning difficulties. It could be your mother. It could be your mother when she was very drunk. We don't know. So we're going to try and find something. Whilst I'm looking at this image now going, I don't think there's going to be anything really to get excited about here. I'm going to try and find something to be creditable about. And maybe it will be the best map ever. Maybe the treasure hunt will be successful. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm seeing a gouged river. I'm seeing straight lines. So is this going to be just like a grid, ordinary, straight road? What was the map called? Let me just have a quick look at them. The map, don't want to give you the map's name, but it makes me think about the date. It makes me think about the date. There's the only clue you're getting for that one. The description is not in English. It's a German creator. And the description, as best I can work out, because the Google Translate isn't really very clear. It doesn't make much sense. So the sense I'm making of it is the creator has basically said to us, you will load this, or words to that effect. I could be mistranslating that, but it doesn't translate really well in Google into English. But it does seem to be, you will load this. It's their first map. It has 1 subscriber, and they called it New Cart or New Map, which is the generic name. Right, so let's pull the camera back and have a little look-see Well, basically, that's what we were all expecting to see from the start square based on the opening image. There are no surprises there. We do have road, we do have rail, we have trees that playing vanilla will be hidden under the road, so that don't matter that much. We probably will want a tree count of 3 million. No, sorry. No. Tree limit of 3 million. That's what I've got it set to. It's getting late in the day. I've still got to finish recording tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's What's map, when it makes no sense whatsoever, this is because I'm now losing it. Right. 250,000. So we're all right. We're about 13,000 under the limit. It's fine. So yes, I'll say really there. Pull the camera right the way back. We're not seeing anything we're surprised by here. We'll do all the usual because it'd be unfair and wrong not to. It's very flat. We've got a big square of trees in the middle. Start simulation off. Speed it right the way up. So we have that. Resources. I did say it was a little bit of ore and oil, and the rest of it is forestry. Look at the blending on the trees. Look at how beautifully blended these are. They spent hours painting these trees. Hours. Looks like there's no trees being drowned though. Look, there's always something creditable to find about a map. I'm going to say I think there was due respect made on the trees. And also, look at the mix of the fishing. That's a slightly unusual fishing map. And not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do. I don't know how they've done that. We may have a look. Or we may not. So that's cool. Right, we've done that. I suppose we should have a look at the shipping routes. We have a couple of air routes. I don't see a shipping route. I don't see a shipping route at all. And we want to check the water flow in the start square, which is quite strong, pushing inwards. So let me come and have a look over here. And so yeah, it's just edge of map water flow, evaporation going on in the canal, and then the water's pushing in to replace it. Right, and we've got, let me come out of here. Ouch. We've got rail elevated coming in from the edge of the map there. That's, well, it's a good thing we haven't got any shipping routes, because that could be an absolute disaster. What? No. This, right. No. I'm going to slow the simulation down. I've got to slow the simulation down. I can't control the camera at that. What? Well, we've got trying to work out if it's meant to be anything. It's kind of like a disc with a crown on the top. I don't know. What, we also had some weird stuff going on over here, didn't we? I'm not seeing. I put the lines of terrain on, as you can see over here, but I'm not seeing much going on there. Is the ground lumpy? Not specifically. I don't know. But anyway, well, we've had a look over here and had a look at the water. Yeah, I mean, is everybody entertained? Entertained at the trees throwing themselves off the edge of the cliff. How many of these have made it into the water? A few. Oh, look, we've got a whole swarm of them. Don't worry. Everybody join me? They've got their trunks on. I know. Finding something positive to say. Did we manage to keep them out of the river? I think we did. On the whole, I think we managed to avoid drowning trees in the river. That's about the nicest thing I can say. Let me have a quick look in the chat. Yeah, you could be right about flattening the river there, Dolomites. Absolutely. Sorry, the sea. The cat is feline fine. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Oh, I've got to go. But bless you, Melissa. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and all of that drum beat there. A drum beat? No, not get the drum beat. No. You can have a crickets. Have crickets. Okay, as a woman, that was great feedback regarding how you and all of that. Anyways, that's all cool. That is all cool. I'm not going to be sharing the links to this one. I don't think anybody's going to benefit from it. So let's head back to the main screen, and I'll drop this game down. Again, I'm not expecting these last two maps to be anything, but that's the whole point. It's a treasure hunt. We have no idea what we'll be facing until we're faced by it. Now, whilst I'm doing that, remember, look, it matches. Look, it matches. So exciting! I'm so excited by that. I'm going to buy one myself. Right, what was I doing? I was launching the game. Oh yes, it's complicated. This stuff, you know, complicated. Right, so we've got two more maps on my list. Two more maps. One from a Chinese creator, one from a Brazilian creator. Both of them are my first maps. One has one sub, one has no subs. And one is called New Map in Chinese. Other than that, I can't differentiate. I think the main difference between these two is one has one sub. One doesn't have any subs, but has a name that might mean something. Although I couldn't, it translate doesn't come up with anything particular. It comes out of a whole bunch of possible translations. And I'm trying really hard. Oh God, bloody heck. Bloody heck. Please let me click on my game. Thank you. Right, we're back in. We're back up. In and up is where we are. Right, so this next one is that Chinese creator. Well, I'm really hopeful for this one. Really hopeful. The vanilla tropical theme, which everybody knows is my favourite theme, and no resources, but 60% buildable area. So there is that. Ah, hello. This is interesting. The custom map theme used by this map or save is missing. Now, I know how to get around this, clearly, but of all of the themes, so this was made with a custom map theme that I don't actually have. Which is impressive. Very impressive. Because I've got, like, all of them, it would seem. Right, okay, I think we're at that. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell, will somebody please tell the game that I want to... There we go, I'm up. And we can do that. Yay. We're off, we're rolling. What's going on with it? Who we got? Missy Bumpkin Kitty. Special effects for new people that have just joined. Hi, John. There's one for you, John. And so that's everybody new in the chat. Anybody else who hasn't joined in the chat? Come and join in. It's free. And I'll give you a special effect. Next person new, I will give you the doorbell. You can have the doorbell. Mr. Vintage. There we go. Yeah, I know. YouTube is an absolute pain in the backside. So, so the treasure hunt is moving. This was supposed to be a Saturday night. I was heat exhausted, heavy day at work, Didn't happen last night. Put my head down for an hour, woke up at midnight. So that was that. And today I'm exhausted, but I was determined to get the stream out. I've still got to finish recording tomorrow morning's show. So that'll be me till 1 in the morning. It'll be fine. It's too hot to sleep anyway. So this treasure hunt is switching to Tuesdays. Tuesday nights. That will be from next week. This is this week's treasure hunt. So if you want to watch, if you're enjoying the show and you want to watch it, Tuesday nights, UK time, 9 p.m. for a couple of hours or however long it takes to do the show. I'll continue streaming on a Thursday night as well, where I'll be playing BonBonB Island or making my own map at some point. But I'm going to carry on with the island for the time being. And of course, with Treasure Hunt, for those of you that just joined, remember this could be made by an 8-year-old, could be made by somebody who's got learning difficulty, could be made by somebody who's drunk, or by your own mother. So we're going to try and be a bit kind and find something positive to say about the map, if we can, because sometimes it's not easy. Right, let's see what we got here. That can go, and that can go, and that can go. Right, my first instinct is I should set up the preset for what's map. Makes it a bit brighter. Cool. Well, this is the best map I've ever seen. Positive things to say about it. We have a nice, wide, strong, deep river in the start square. Negative things, there's a possibility we've got no highway or rail connections here. A good question. Terrain heights, resources, Sunset Harbour for the fishing. We have a shipping route that loops around. That's quite nice. And an air route. And water flow in the start square will be minimal. Or zero. Or zero. Yeah, a layout like that, it was always very unlikely there'd be much in the way of movement in the water there. Right, so we've done that. Isn't it great? Isn't this the greatest thing? I think it is, actually. We've got up here at the edge of the map, up here, we have... Start. We have a highway that runs the entire length of the map. Then we have got a perfect bridge. I have a tutorial for this, you know. The perfect bridge. Yep, perfect bridge, perfectly aligned. Everything's glorious and lovely about it. And most interesting thing about this map, other than like some slightly odd-shaped islands down here, is this. Is that. Right, I'm going to have a look at the chat while you lot tell me how wonderful that is. Somebody's done some bulletproof. Just done a GeoGuessr. Turned around 45 degree. Do you know what I did? I played around the GeoGuessr earlier tonight, and I was really chuffed with this one. I was within 400 meters. I also set a timer, a 1-minute timer. World map. Got within 400 meters, and the location was inside a museum. The museum didn't have any signage to say welcome to Greenwich Museum, so it wasn't a question of I knew where it was. The only clue to where the museum was a sign on the wall which was in foreign, which I recognized to be Korean, and then I guessed at a place in Seoul because I thought it's possibly going to be in the capital, and I was within 400 meters. That's how you do GeoGuessr. Anyway, right, so let's I'll catch up with the rest of the chat in a moment, But I think at this point, rather than waste any more time looking at this, I like the shape of this. There you go. I'm finding credits for something, and I think we can just move on and pretend that particular map. This is, this isn't Treasure Hunt Gold, sadly. Very, very sadly. Right, that's gone. Let me shut the game down, relaunch, and I'll have a look at. Right, so it does have buildable area. Just no way to the start square. You're absolutely right. No, actually, no. Shipping. You could have built a dock, and we would have had access. So there's that. There is that, maybe. Work in progress. Yes, work in progress. I'd agree with that. All right, launch the game again. Come on. We've got one more map to look at. Just the one more map to look at. Click play. Wait for the map, the game to drop me in at the Paradox logo. I know there's more in the chat I need to catch up on, but we'll have a moment for that. So map 6 of 6. Shall we take bets? At least it has a real name, this one. It doesn't really translate, but it does have a name, which is cool. It's good. Come on, stop hanging. Stop hanging. Drop me to the main screen. Right, we're at the main screen. Right, new game. I know what this one's called. This one's that one there. All right, what have we got? We've got a vanilla tropical theme. Whoop whoop. We've got no oil. A small amount of ore. Decent amount of fertile. A little bit of forestry. And we said this was a Brazilian creator. So, yay. Let's have a little look at what loads up here. Right, so what do we got in the chat that I've missed? It's going to be gold or comedy gold. I'd agree with that one. Hi Jeff. Oh, hello. New face or new voice. You can have a. There we go. That's for Jeff. Yes, GeoGuessr victories, especially when you get really close like that and you can reward yourself. Then you get times where you go, oh, this feels so Canada, and it turns out to be Chile. Yeah. What can I say? Work in progress. Domi, your new map comes out tomorrow. It's going to be called One Bridge Too Far. Excited? And almost definitely up for next week. We've already got this week's schedule in place. As always, saying it for the last time today, your comments on this particular map, remember it could be an 8-year-old, it could be somebody with learning difficulties, it could be your mother, it could be somebody who's very drunk. We're going to find nice things to say, and if it's a nice map, we will definitely be sharing it. If it's a nice map, it could be a nice map. What was I doing here? I was going to do something here, and I can't remember. Oh, I'll show you the loading screen, because that is. Should we try that again? If you can read this, something is broke. Well, I'm not going to show you the loading screen because it's worryingly broke. Last time this happened, I remember what I had to do. You know what that is? I had to restart the game, didn't I? Let me have a quick. It's got enough potential for me to be worthwhile restarting the game. I'm going to try this again. Quit to desktop. I just had a quick glance at the map to see whether it was worth it. It's better than the last one, so it's probably worth it. Let's do that, and hopefully this time it will register. hopefully. And if it doesn't recognise it this time, I'll give you a quick verbal overview of what it looks like, and then we'll move on. Because again, while it's better than the last one, I don't think it's necessarily better than the first one. And that first one was actually it was a pleasant surprise, which was nice. Did somebody ask me earlier about what was going on Saturdays? I think I saw that question asked. The answer is going to be nothing. I've no plans to these Saturday night streams. I've done 2 or 3 different things, like treasure hunts and stuff, and I think people on the Saturday night are watching proper TV or going out or whatever it is people do on whatever normal people do on a Saturday night. Let me just see whether this is now. It's still. Oh, there you go. No, it's going to work. It's going to work. We are back in operation. So yeah. So Saturday night doesn't seem to be the best. Different YouTubes and different streamers will just fit into different slots. And I think my my audience are not people that are going to be watching YouTube on a Saturday night. So, but the Tuesday's got some sort of potential. Last week's one didn't go down well at all. The people that watched it really enjoyed it, but it's not Cities Skylines, so I didn't really get much in the way of views. So so that was fun. I really enjoyed it, but we won't do it again, because what's the point? What's the point? If I'm going to spend 2 hours talking to myself, I'm going to be doing 2 hours talking to myself, doing something that's going to get some views. It's my thought process anyway. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. They're going. That's all right. Okay. Just some potential trouble. Right. Okay. So we're going to try that map from that Brazilian creator a second time. That's the plan. See a new face in the right now, please. There we go. Right, who have we got? Joy Build Cities. It's Joy. Hi, Joy. Have one of those from me. Jack Daniels Prime. Hi there, Jack. Good to have you along. You can have a double one of those. And Alpha 60s. Good to have you in the chat as well. You can have one of those. We got in the chat. So yeah, so Saturday nights will be a night. Well, I'll just be making Watts maps basically. It'll free up a couple of hours for me, because I'm still haven't got tomorrow's show finished. And if I had Saturday nights or Sunday nights, as it is now, available, then I'd probably be in bed by now. This is too hot for sleep. It's too hot. It's too hot. Where have we got? Your map being reviewed tomorrow is Grove, Oklahoma. Yes, that part of the show is recorded. I haven't finished. I haven't recorded the voiceover. It's iconic. It's buildable. There's no major flaws with it. There's going to be definitely people that love it. It's not to my taste. I'm a European. It's a small town America. Flat, easy build, grid city, boring. The map's not boring, but I think the city build for me would be boring. So so yeah, that's again, I've not done the voiceover on it yet. I'm going to try not to make it sound like it's a boring map when I do the voiceover. There's going to be a lot of people that will love it, and there's already seen the subs. Already quite a few people that are enjoying it. So yeah, looking forward to sharing that one. I just need to finish editing the lead map, the top performing map at the moment, which is I'm trying to think. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But it's not one of those where you go, "Oh, I've been put up, my map's second," and you're showing something from SID-I first, which means my map looks rubbish. There's none of that going on. Your map holds up really well against the top performing map at the moment. So there's that as well. Everybody's going to win. Everybody's going to win. Right, this is what I wanted to show you a minute ago, and it wouldn't load in. You see what I mean? It's got some degree of potential here. We've got a little bit of wetland going on. We've got some trees under the rail, but again, anarchy settings, we're good with that. I'd love to tell you, because I have pulled the camera back, that the map gets a lot more exciting and interesting. It doesn't. It's fine. Let me show you anyway. Start square. We have a little bit of highway in the top left. That's credible. We have the rail, 2 lines coming in, also credible. Could be a real life location, given that, look at the shape of the land. And why have we got 2 rail lines coming in if it's not a real life location? Maybe. Just guessing. We'll pull the camera right the way back. And I haven't looked at it from this angle. I would say it's definitely a real life location. From some sort of terrain height. I don't know so much. I don't think the road network is necessarily taken from that. It looks a bit clunky. We haven't done. There we go. Have a bit of brightness. There we go. We have some brightness. We're using the realistic 1.2 LUT, obviously. Suppose we should have a quick look at terrain heights, which are flat in the buildable area, and we've got a little bit of hillage. Not big hillage, just a little bit of hillage. Resources, I did say fertile and a little bit of ore. Apparently there's some oil somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in here. Well, no, I said there was no oil, didn't I? Yeah. But this makes sense. Fertile land in the river valley. Lovely. Sunset Harbour, if you have it, that's what your fishing map will look like. Salmon and anchovies. Yum, yum. Transport links. We have gone to the effort of putting a shipping route up there. Okay. I mean, I'm really glad that we gave this map a second go to load up into the game. That it's in itself is 10 times better than most other maps of this sort of niche, I would say. A couple of air routes as well, which is good. Then water flow in the start square. Where is the start square? It's over here. Oh, we've got a little bit in the river, and we have a little bit of second location over here, so you can pump and draw without polluting your peoples, which is also a bonus. Right. Let me just eliminate the outside of the map, shall we? So eliminating the outside. What I mean by this is supposed to be a map played in the area that we've just been looking at. Can we forget about the outside of the map? Is this a part of the map that we're not even really meant to be looking at because it's 25 tiles? Looking at the see a little bit of this digitization going on, a little bit of light digitization here and there from the height map. It's been used a little bit here and there. Dry river, or was it a wet river? Have we not put water in it? Don't know. Got the, I'll start the simulation up. A little bit of an up and over on the rail, but again, do we really worry about that one? Here, right on the edge of the map. Kind of like in the river, and I kind of don't mind that it's a little bit flooded here and there. I don't mind that these bushes are, you know, if we're treating these bushes as wetland bushes, this makes sense. Then we have this very interesting highway. Very interesting. The bridges, little. Are the vehicles making it through this? Are you going to make it through this? Whee! Oh yeah. Yep. There ain't nothing stopping the ice creams today. It's almost symmetrical. Rather both of them were. either suspension or non-suspension, so they matched. A little bit of this looks like permanent flooding to me as well. I don't think this is going to resolve itself. Maybe it will, maybe it'll evaporate. Let me give this a chance for evaporation. Well, we'll come back to this in a minute. Wetland area over here. Highway is running down to the cloverleaf, the vanilla cloverleaf, and then this leads down into the start square. I don't hate this. It's one of those maps where you go, oh, I wish they'd spent a little bit more time on it. I wouldn't say a little bit more time, like about 40 or 50 hours. That is not going to evaporate, is it? Where's that water coming from? Can we? Yes, it's flooding from here. We're getting a splush. It's coming across here and it's topping this up. But the vehicles are making it through. So it's not a complete disaster. It's just 3/4 of a disaster. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. And as we head downstream, we've got to say again, I'm liking the idea. No, not the idea. I'm liking the wetland areas. They could be worked a lot more differently, and they could be turned into a feature where using vanilla rules you have to reclaim the land or get the land dried out. So I've always liked that idea. One of the reasons Watts map came to be is because I played a marshy map for that very reason. It was an awful map, as it turned out. It was so bad and so disinteresting and so ugly that I didn't continue building. It was something I had to go at, but one of the reasons why Watts map came was because I couldn't find a decent marsh map. But I don't know where this is. This is very clearly a real life location. Let's have a little look in the chat, see if anybody has got the location. Shallow deep. So feedback's going on here. Calling the pump trucks, absolutely. Oh, we're talking about the fishing. The fishing, I can probably do that here for you. So right, so it's shallow moving water is salmon. Shallow, I'll try to remember this. Deep moving water is tuna. Shallow still water is shellfish. And deep still water is anchovy. I think I could be wrong on those. So yeah, I think that's basically. And then if you really want to force some water movement to get a different sort of fish, you can put a spawn point down, or you can deepen it, and so forth. But yes, it's just about combinations of moving water and how deep it is. I think the depth is 30 meters. So anything below 30 meters is shallow water. I could be wrong on that one. It might be less than 30 meters, but I think that when I did my testing, it came out at about 30 meters. Anyway, that's that. Right. So the shape's cool. The wetland areas are that they showed the potential. We've got. I'm liking the resource painting for the fertile land, so finding credit for that. Don't think the highway layout really does anything for the map. It's all centering on the cloverleaf, which is, as we all know, not the most efficient. Yeah, and I would say I'm liking the shapes, but it just feels a little bit underdone. Not the worst map today, and that I think we can. Whoever made this, if they happen to be watching this, I say whoever made this. I'm not going to share the name, because the it's just it wouldn't be fair. It just wouldn't be fair. But yeah, Brazilian creator. First for my first map, that is pretty reasonable. I feel pretty reasonable. So anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to leave it on this. I'll leave it on this for the moment. I think that's going to be it, because I say I've still got about an hour's worth of editing before I can go to bed. Otherwise, there'll be no What's Map tomorrow. People going, what's that? Hey, BonBon. BonBon was busy looking at city maps instead of editing decent maps, or reviews for decent maps. So yes. Oh, sorry. What's the news on the cat? Allowing. I'm not really a cat person. I'm feigning interest in cats. Dogs, on the other hand, are the gods of all beasts. They're dumb. They're usually dumb. They're dumb, but they're amazing, and I love them. Don't have any because I'm not in the position really to commit to a relationship at this time. But yeah, dogs are dumb, but we love them, don't we? We love them. Anyway, anybody who hasn't followed me on any of the social medias, we'll bring this one up there. So we've got the Facebook, we've got the Twitter, we've got the Discord, and of course Patreon as well. Excuse me. I'm going to be winding up the stream now. So if anybody's got anything to say, the stream runs about 30 seconds behind the live. So I'm going to keep waffling for about another 30 seconds to a minute, so that if you want to say anything, you want me to read it, now is your really good chance to get that in. Of course, also now's a good time, if you hadn't hit the like button, let's get one of those up as well, because liking the stream is a really good way of supporting the channel, even if you didn't like it, of course. Anyway, all of that stuff. I'm not seeing any. Oh, thanks, B Misty. Thanks for that. Thanks for popping along today. Yep, thanks, Domi. So yes, so hopefully in the next few days I'll have some news on the culprit number 5 of my 5 attempted break-ins in the last year. Is going to be arrested. I'm not sure they're going to be too pleased about it. But if you're going to try and break in, I mean, this last one was almost comical. I've got a window hatch which is above a door, and it was just open a little bit ajar. You can't open it fully because of the way that it's been built, and it was banging it. It was a foot on either side of the porch, giving it all of that at 1:30 in the morning, and yeah, it was a good effort, but didn't wear any gloves. I've got good CCTV, so yeah, the police were very pleased. Very, very pleased. I'll be very pleased once he's given a rap on the knuckles. Hey ho. Right. Well, that is everything. So, yes. Hi, Parker. What day is your one? I think, is yours on... Your review is on... I want to say Friday? I can't remember. Where are we? Hang on. Or is that not this week at all? No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? It's when people have a different name on YouTube as they do from on Steam, and I don't recognise it. So yes, yeah, we've got Parker's map coming up tomorrow, and then all good. I think we're done. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for another one of these treasure hunts. Remember, treasure hunt, we're switching to Tuesday nights as from next week. Nothing this Tuesday. So there'll be a live stream on Thursday night with BonBon Island. There'll be nothing next weekend, which will give me a chance to actually make some proper YouTube content. And yeah, we've got What's Maps coming up this week. For those who haven't seen the schedule for this week, Monday will be Lower Rhine and Grove, Oklahoma by Uncle Ron and I Can't Think of a Name. Wednesday we'll have Njalu by Dijon and Lugano by Benzo, Lugano being the town in Switzerland. And then Friday we'll have Livy by Flimra and Kitty Cat Island by Dumb Horse. So that is what's coming up this week. Right, that's it. I've got nothing more to say. So thanks for everything. You're going to rewind? You're going to rewind? How dare you? There's only one person has a rewind here. And that's only because I've got the sound effect. Anyway, thanks for everything. Take care. Stay hydrated. Absolutely stay hydrated. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.